Bonjour everyone, welcome to another diecast showcase. So today we will be checking out a very limited amount of recent finds, mostly loose, and also freeing a couple pieces that either I have another version of the same casting but already carded and not loose, and I found one that had a crack bubble. So normally when that happens, when sifting through my storage of diecast, I tend to go right ahead and crack it open. I'm just gonna bring this forward a little bit, and we are going to jump right into my loose finds. So infamous thrift store finds, which always fun once in a while to find some interesting pieces at the thrift stores. So first one that I found is the Soul Maisto that we're going to be looking at today, and it would be this little Ford F-150 Raptor. I don't know how many times I found this truck in grab bags and many different I don't know, I don't want to say forms of disarray, but this one's pretty clean. And for once, this is a Maisto pickup truck that does not have a plastic bed. This is all a metal body, which is great. Proportions are very good. This is obviously smaller, well, obvious to me at least, and it will be when we compare to other pieces, smaller than a 1/64th scale, because these trucks do tend to be quite massive. Now there are a couple of little flea bites here and there, namely black paint on the rocker panels that are do have a little bit of paint missing. One little chip here on the rear view mirror, and the worst parts are the two corners of the rear here. A little flea bite on the top of the tailgate. But all in all, it's a pretty good casting. I mean, you can see here you've got the correct badging, a bit slightly oversized but still well detailed. Front is not bad at all, with that typical Raptor front grille with the Ford logo. Obviously Maisto wheels, not the best. And here's your base. Not a bad casting, pretty good, you know. I mean, for a dollar car, I mean, I ain't gonna complain. So yeah, pretty cool. Happy to add another F-150 to the fleet. Next up, we'll be looking at half a dozen Hot Wheels. Actually, no, 5 Hot Wheels. Before we jump into the carded and stuff to free. So we have here a nice little Aston Martin Vantage GT3. Not my favorite casting, but this one is pretty near mint, except for tiny flea bites on corners of the spoiler. Besides that, it's very clean. Tampos are impeccable. Very nice from this angle, I must say. Although the wing is very chunky, but I mean, if it wasn't, it would probably break off if it's used as intended. And of course, you can see how this front lip is very much raised to make sure it clears that orange track when being put on it. No rear tampos. Again, front tampos are pretty good, and you know, it's just the overall proportions. For whatever reason, I feel like they're off. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I definitely think they're off a little bit. I hadn't seen this livery before, and I'm really not sure what release this is. You got the 068 for the first year of Hot Wheels. The PR5s in black, staggered. And here is your base, which I'll make sure you don't have to flip your screen to read. 2014 copyright. And there you go. Pretty nice car. I didn't have one of these loose, so, and I've never seen it in this livery, so I'm not mad about that at all. One car that I do have a few I believe it's going to be variation number 4, second one loose. The SA22 or FB Mazda RX-7. This nice assuming this is going to be a 2020 release, but I'm just basing myself on the number that's there. It's a nice livery with the gold and red stripes. Nice gloss black. NGK on the hood. NGK on the side as well. JDM Legends. And you got the Japanese nostalgic car logo right there. So as usual, no light details on the front and no details in the back, but these are really easy to add, as you know, all late 70s and 80s cars, or at least early to mid 80s cars, very easy to add details, as we are talking about very geometric shapes. And this one has the wide fenders as seen from the top, and the big wing on the back, so kind of looks like the race cars of the era, minus of course the OH5 wheels that are definitely give it a little bit more modern look with that concave spoke design. So yeah, very nice little cast. 2011 license, already 13 years that this casting's been out, and never gets old. I pick up pretty much all the variations here. I think the only one that I didn't pick up was the second to last release in that red with the gold lace wheels. I did pick up the blue version from just prior, and I do have also the Japanese police liveried one that I really do like. Next up, very happy to pick this one up, although it's not mint, far from being mint, but it's in decent condition. The infamous Beetle Cup, so the new Beetle with the R32 Mark 5 drivetrain with the 4Motion all-wheel drive, so the Haldex all-wheel drive. And this one is a cup, so it's the one make race version. Do have the street version in a larger scale pullback, so you can see the gist of the damage to the paint on the back here, the yellow enamel paint. Nice little German colored livery. Got the pretty okay light tampos on the front. And what I really love about this car is the fact that you have this little knob on the bottom, and if you depress that, you actually have a removable body with your interior here, and so you see the VR6 right here, full yellow roll cage, the gray interior. Wheels could use a rechrome, but yeah, overall very nice car. Just put it back in like that, pull the little switch, and she's locked back into place. Pretty light casting, and once you remove the metal body, it's all plastic except probably for the axles. So I mean, it's very light without the body, and it's still light with the body, but overall one of those removable body castings, just like the older release of the custom classic mini, as well as forget what the name is, but that fantasy van that kind of looks like the Renault Espace F1. And yeah, we'll venture on into Cadillac LMP. Very happy to get this piece, especially it's absolutely mint, bar for one tiny little chip on the top of the hump for the driver's protection. Orange wing, gray base. 2000 copyright on this one. Staggered white lace wheels, enamel black paint, gray interior, and it looks good. Definitely you can see the Cadillac grill on there, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that this was Cadillac's first Le Mans attempt, or at least in the prototype class. And Great looking little model. I do love those LM cars, so I'm gonna be happy to add it to the March that I have, as well as the I have a Ferrari LMP car from Hot Wheels, so that'll be a nice trio. Next up, very happy to get this one. This is going to be the second variation of this I have, and I had cracked the first one I had open because the card was bad. We have the beautiful cord in this really nice burgundy metallic, nice clean paint. The only thing that is not burgundy is this tiny little Hot Wheels logo on the front passenger fender. Nice big chrome bumpers, lace wheels, and a nice chrome base. So Malaysia, 1990, what is this? 1996? Yeah. 6 is a little bit deformed there, but there you go. Very nice classic 1930s car. And look at that beautiful profile. The long nose, retractable headlights, probably the first car that had retractable headlights if I'm not mistaken. And this optionally, it could be ordered with the supercharged straight 8, base version being naturally aspirated. And look at that little split window on the back. Very nice. I love older cars like this. I find they're just really something else. Last thrift store find would be not a Hot Wheels, but still a Mattel product. We have this 1/55th scale Fast and Furious Charger Daytona, driven by Dom in the movies. We have one mirror, which is accurate. It's a big one car. The nose cone. Not a whole lot of details, but you know, it's a nice piece. The wheels kind of fit, although it would be nice if they were wider in the back. And here's your base. So there you go. So this is pre-Stellantis merger, FCA license. Dodge Charger Daytona. 2016 Mattel copyright. There you go. Pretty nice. It's a nice shade of burgundy as well. So we put him here. Now we'll get into the stuff that we're gonna. Oh, actually, before we get into the stuff we're actually gonna crack open, I did want to share the only carded piece that we're gonna keep carded. So we are talking about. And this I was really hoping I would find eventually. Just happened to be quite diligent with my local Toys R Us. Once I saw this wave of Team Transport dropped, we are talking about the wave here with the Sauber C9, Porsche 906, and the Honda Accord touring car. I was able to secure the 906, as I was never able to find the Matchbox Anniversary version of it, which would have sufficed in the collection. I don't feel like I need to have multiples of this casting, but I really wanted to have at least one. Well, now it's a done deal. I mean, Carry On's a fine truck, and I mean, I love the fact that it has this livery on the back that matches the Boulevard Mark 1 Caddy, as well as the Volkswagen T1 also in that livery, which I have both of, so that'll make a nice little setup for a full track team. But the one, and I did see this one as well. There was only one, and I didn't pick it up because honestly, the livery in person, I'm not a huge fan of, and I'm not a fan of when these trucks have the T37 looking wheels. Same for this car. It's just not, it doesn't match the era. But the one I really wanted was this one, the infamous Castrol Honda JTCC Accord. My favorite generation of Accord. Well, the CB7 is really good too, especially the wagon, but this is definitely my favorite Honda Accord generation if we're talking about the sedan, the coupe, and even the wagon, I think. But yeah, Castrol livery, so nice touring car. A lot of people had gripes against the rear bumper that's cut and the center exit exhaust. But I mean, in real life, that's how these cars were set up. You've got the touring car specific front bumper with the brake cooling vents, nice green 10 spokes, and you know, Castrol livery, you can't go wrong. And the Fleet Street is one of the better looking fantasy flatbeds that Hot Wheels makes. I do like it a lot, so I'm very, very happy to add this Team Transport to the collection, just as much as I was when I finally found that Alpha 155 Ti V6 touring car. I love, be it DTM, BTCC, ETCC, JTCC, touring cars of this era is just something I love, and really, really happy to finally add this one to the collection, as the only version of this casting I had and that I've shown in previous videos was the Johnny Lightning import heat Accord that's set up in a very, very late 90s, early 2000s lowrider style. So the Euro lowrider craze that had a short stint. So we'll put this guy in the back. Sorry about that, charger. There you go. Good, good, good. All right. Now we'll get cracking on some castings I want to set loose. First one that I want to set loose, I'll first and foremost explain a little bit why I want to set it loose, because the card's good, the bubble's not cracking, everything like that. I did manage to acquire online this casting that I really wanted for a long time, the Metro Rail. I do have another version that I don't like as much, if we're talking about the colorway, but this one has the Nash Metropolitan colors, super, super stretched, big blown V8, those side pipes, wheelie bars, you know, real custom drag machine. I really wanted to acquire this one. I knew of its existence, but what really made me want to get this one is the fact that this guy came out a couple years back. When was this? 2020 license. Oh boy. There you go, 2020 license, so 2021 release date. The Legends Tour winner. And the Nash Metropolitan is just one of those quirky cars from the 50s, late 50s, early 60s. It was originally marketed for women. You know, look, it is what it is. We're talking about the days of yore, you know, 60, 70 years ago. Those kind of things kind of still were okay, I guess. You know, just watch a couple episodes of Mad Men, you know what I mean. But yeah, this came out, and this is basically a widened version if we're talking about the track of the car. Body remaining fairly stock, except for the fact that the fenders are completely cut up, as these had hideaway wheels front and rear. So now we've got a very wide track car, and I thought that it was really cool that they have matching livery. One's wider and one's longer, so it's kind of like a contrast. Plus this one has a white roof, which is very, very period, and it does have some patina, as you can see, both on the card art and on the car itself. So let's get this thing opened, and we'll see side by side what we get. So here's your tiny little The Nash. White base, pretty straightforward casting, honestly. Nothing crazy. I mean, this is going to be impossible for you guys to read, but either way, it doesn't really matter. This is the first release of it. It's been released in probably, what, half a dozen, almost, colorways afterwards. This, personally, I find is the best one still. Just love that rust on the top. So it's got a top pass, side passes, no front or rear, but that's fine. See, no spare in the back because that was taken off, and no need for tampo in the front, since the engine and interior lends itself to the front lights as well as the grille, which is a great choice. Some light, what is this? Is this pinstriping on the front? I think it's pinstriping on the front. Yeah, pretty cool. You got those weird carbs on the top there, and yeah, cool little custom car. So look at that, side by side. I find that looks pretty cool, honestly. I do find that looks pretty cool. Just gonna advance this one slightly, get it completely in shot, and there you go. Yeah, all right. So that we've opened a mainline, and I decided that we're going to open a silver line car, or semi-premium, basically. One I chose to open is one that I already have in the main line as part of the Then and Now series. And those I tend to either open both or keep both carded. That's just how I like to roll for that series. But I do have a semi-premium of the 62 Corvette. So this is out of the Vintage Racing Club series. And I love the stance of this car. Now, the Corvette of this generation, Hot Wheels did do the 58, which was really like with a rake and a big engine and all that kind of jazz. I love this one that's slammed to the ground and much more pro touring type of stance. And you know, silver with the blue what are the blue scallops on the side is really good. The cool number 6 meatball that is actually surrounding that has a black surround looks really nice and crisp. These silver line cars do have full detailing, so you got the back lights, you got the front lights with the tape applied to them. It's just a really nice model, and you do get those really cool newer design semi-premium wheels, which is great. So let's get her out of the package. It's only going to be, since the advent of the Silver Series, I think this is only going to be the second one I open. Yeah, so this one is plastic base, whereas a lot of these Silver Line cars are metal based, or some of them. I don't want to say a lot of them, but some of them. So you see those nice wheels, nice fat 5 spokes, staggered. Not in width, but in diameter. And what a beauty. This thing just sits right. I find this thing just sits really right. This is still technically the C1 Corvette. It's the second facelift when they let go of the C1 rear end, and we're merging towards the C2 rear end. And starting in 1958, we had those double front lights as opposed to the single larger round ones of the 56, 57 model. And the cam tail like this was introduced in, I believe, 1959. So 59 to 61 had this rear end, which was actually carried over to the C2, which came out in 63, the infamous split window 63. So there you go, a little bit of Corvette history, which probably most of you guys already know of, but not bad looking at all. Yeah, besides the steering wheel, pretty good. Pretty good. Here's your base. Probably gonna have the old, yeah, the 2008 copyright. So far from a new casting, but it's definitely a new treatment of this casting. So we'll put this one in the back so we can just look at that stance while we jump into our next vehicle we're going to be opening. And since we did a mainline and a semi-premium, I thought, why not do a premium? And if you guys watch my videos, you'll probably know that I'm a big fan of vans. So I thought, why not open a van, especially one that I don't have a loose casting of, which led me to select this guy. Now, this was in the for sale for trade, but I just love this casting so much that I decided, you know what, instead of for sale for trade, it's going to be for opening and retaining in the collection. And another reason why, this is part of the Mandalorian collection. I don't have any Star Wars anything in my collection, so I thought this was a good way to add one. Especially I like the fact that it looks like the side doors are being opened, and this guy's coming out. Search map. I know the classic Star Wars, but these newer ones, I'm just not. I'm more of a Star Trek guy than Star Wars, and for the last few years, I have not really been either. So, but yeah, all in all, let's get this 66 Dodge A100 opened up, and we'll see what we see. Alright. Not the cleanest crack, but whatever. Oh my gosh, yeah, this thing is weighty. Of course, it's always premium, so metal on metal. Real Riders, and I love these Real Rider wheels. And these fit well with any type of drag car, so. And these do have staggered width, in addition to having staggered diameter. Or is it the same diameter? I don't know. I think it's same diameter wheels, just fat tires, which, excellent. That's exactly how I like my wheel setups. So you've got the same deco on both sides. You know, full deco obviously because it's a premium. Here's your front end. Here's your top. And here's your rear. Really nice piece. Very, very heavy. There you go. Here's your metal base, painted in gloss black. Really nice shade of green as well. And I do love my green cars, so there you go. I think it'll fit well in the collection. And last piece of vehicle we're going to be checking out is one that unfortunately I discovered had a cracked bubble, and I say unfortunately because of the fact that this is like almost a kind of like a grail unicorn slash, you know, just such an important piece of pop culture, at least to me. It's the infamous Christine that I showed not too long ago. Unfortunately, the bubble is broken on top, which means we'll have to get her open. So we'll go right ahead. I've shown this car a couple times. I've done a Christine specific episode, which I invite you to go back. It's not a long video as I normally make. It's a shorter one that's well under 20 minutes. So if you don't really like long form videos, that video may be for you. But either way, here's Christine in its evil version, blacked out windows. And here it is out of the bubble. Wow. Yeah, I was saying the Dodge van's heavy. No. This is heavy. This is really heavy. Really, really heavy. My, these details. Look at these details. This is like movie accurate. 100% movie accurate. Got the correct license plate number. Oh, those are really, really nice details. White wall tires. Tricolored paint. Red with the silver and the white top. The rear is also very nice. Very, very nice. Of course, it's a green light, so metal body, metal base. And this out of the Hollywood series that you can go check out. A little recap of my Hollywood series collection. So this is now part of the loose Hollywood collection series, and quite the nice piece in my opinion. So we're gonna move this guy here, and I think it's only fair that Christine get the center place on this display of cars. Back it up just a tiny bit there. There we go. So yeah, there we go. So that pretty much concludes this showcase. Hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, you know, hit that like, comment your feedback, subscribe if you haven't yet, so you are notified of my future uploads. And yeah, I wish you a great rest of your weekend. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe out there. Happy hunting. Take care. Bye.